Georgianne and I actually are from the same hometown, and we didn't start dating until way after high school. I'd been out of college for several years, so it was kind of an interesting reacquaintance, so to speak. Georgianne was a teacher, a stellar teacher, I might add, just an excellent mother, very caring, very giving, very supportive, loving.
Growing up, my mom always had us doing something creative. She definitely went all out for our birthday parties. We had a couple pirate-themed ones, and I remember her making the invitation, and then she burned the edges with a lighter to make it look like a treasure map.
We were at a Christmas family gathering. They were in the kitchen. Something hot got on Georgianne's arm, and she didn't flinch. So her sister said, there's something going on there. After the holidays, that's when we started getting in contact with some doctors, and she was diagnosed when she was 45.
I already had a vague kind of understanding of what was going on just because I had seen my papu go through it. It kind of gave me a hint of what was going to go on and what was going to happen.
Both our children were young. It was very overwhelming, as you can imagine, and fortunately had a lot of support. We have a strong family, friends, neighbors. Our church, the Alzheimer's Association, was wonderful. Received a lot of guidance and help from them. They were there with me when we had the conversation with our kids. Catherine at one point asked a question, is there a cure? That was about as tough a situation as I've ever been in. If I wasn't able to turn to the association, I don't know where I'd be. She became nonverbal very early on in the process, and then shortly after that, she was not mobile. We had to move really the caregiving in the home full time.
Growing up, it was definitely difficult having a mom who was there physically, but not necessarily in any other capacity. I didn't see my dad as much before my mom got diagnosed. We've really gotten a lot closer, and I'm really lucky to have him as my dad and to have that relationship with him. Growing up and going to Ohio State football games with him, that's why I fell in love with Ohio State, was being in the stadium on Saturday, on game day, and there's absolutely nothing like that in the world. When I first started at OSU and decided on my major, the first thing that they tell you is that you need internships and experience and stuff like that. One of the first nonprofits that came to mind was the Alzheimer's Association. It's neat just seeing how much actually goes into the organization. Everyone there just does so much. Memory Day was the first time that I really talked about my mom and about Alzheimer's. People come to Columbus, to the State House, to speak to their representatives. I wasn't expecting to say anything, and then when I said how old my mom was when she was diagnosed, that was when everyone was just kind of wow, I had no idea that it could happen to someone so young. So it took me 10 plus years to realize it, but talking about it really does help. It's not just a disease for your grandparents, it also affects younger generations as well. That's why I think it's so important that we continue to advocate for ending the disease.